Okay, so we're going to learn how to solve trigonometric equations. Okay, here are our 1-minute questions. Go ahead and try these. Alright, and here are our solutions. Okay, so the first thing that you need to remember is all students take calculus. And that is a mnemonic to remember sine, cosine, and tangent, and where they fit into our coordinate plane. You can see here the A in all tells us that all are positive here, and in the second quadrant only sine will be positive, in the third only tangent will be positive, and in the fourth quadrant only cosine will be positive. And this is going to be really helpful later on when we get to the point where we will need to solve with the different quadrants. Okay. So, another thing that's important is the unit circle and also the special triangles. If you don't know those already, then you should probably memorize those because you definitely need to know them. And they will be helpful for solving trigonometric equations. And here's our first problem. We're going to be solving sine x plus the square root of 2 equals negative sine x, and we are going to find x. So our first step is we need to solve for sine of x. So the first thing we do is we want to subtract sine of x from both sides, and that gives us the square root of 2 equals negative 2 sine x, because if we subtract sine x here, then we remove the sine x from that side, and then here when we subtract sine x we get negative 2 sine x. And so here what we need to do is divide by negative 2 so that we can get the sine x by itself, and we get this. And our next step is to take a look at our unit circle and our special triangles. And you can see that the sine of 45 equals the square root of 2 over 2. So what that tells us is that our reference angle has to be 45 degrees, because if you take a look at earlier, we have the square root of 2 over 2 equals sine x. So now we know our reference angle. We can go to step 3. This is where we're going to get our final answer. Now, remembering back to all students take calculus, we can figure out that since we have a negative square root of 2 over 2, sine is negative in quadrants 3 and 4, so we know that's where our answers are going to be. So to find our answer in quadrant 3, we need to add 45 degrees to 180 degrees, and that gets us 225. And for quadrant 4, we subtract our reference angle 45 degrees from 360 degrees, and we get 315. So our final answers are 225 degrees in quadrant 3 and 350 degrees in quadrant 4. Okay, so here's our next problem, and why don't you try that one on your own. Okay, so here is the solution. Our answers are 120 degrees in quadrant 2 and 240 degrees in quadrant 3. And you can see here that we got it by the same way we did for the last problem, by solving for cosine of x and then using that to find our reference angle, which was found with the special triangles, which is not on here, but that is where this number comes from. Okay. So, here's your homework. Have fun with that. Yep. Homework. And that's all. Thanks for watching.